Most people consider our society to be highly advanced and sophisticated, especially when compared to any other previous ones that come before us. Yet we collectively cannot even answer the question when did human history actually begin? Simple enough question, but not one single person throughout recorded history has managed to answer it correctly. Some say history written by victors of war. Who said it? I don't know. Don't matter. More important aspect to consider about history is it's been consistently shaped and molded for political purposes throughout time. It's important to evaluate what benefits are gained by those who maintain control when history was written. The truth is, we don't know what happened in the past. But this don't dissuade certain groups and individuals from claiming just to the contrary. A recent history book, Beginning of America, was attributed to Christopher Columbus. In actuality, it was the beginning of the end of the ancient Native American past. And priceless records that kept for millennia by native tribes and the elders were lost, and populations decimated by European disease and violence. And modern DNA evidence confirmed that Americas was settled more than one racial group sometime around 35,000, maybe 50,000 BC. A fifth haplogroup was identified in 1997, called X. In DNA, a haplogroup represents a common shared ancestor. This DNA type has been found in Native Americans, Asian, European, Middle Easterners, and all other people, except Africans, but is limited to 2 to 4% of the population. There have been many theories about ancient America, but technology has shed new light on important issues. Many ideas that have been deemed cultish in the past are now being redefined. The earliest date accepted by modern science that human beings inhabited the earth has been 200,000 years. Using new method of testing, it could be determined further than maybe 10 million years ago. One of the oldest known civilizations, which is not often spoken of, is the mound builders of what is now the United States of America. And based on archaeological evidence, the mound builder were likely a mixture of even older culture that spawned the legends of Atlantis and Mu and other lost tribes that have been lost to history. And strange artifacts, writings, structures of all kinds have been discovered at ancient archaeological sites that support this theory. We went to North Georgia, which is located in the United States, near one of the highest peaks of Brasstown Bald in the Appalachian Mountains, to explore the claims that Mayan civilization had been discovered. From our investigation, it's clear that many of the remnants of ancient civilization were there. It can be determined with any certainty what was their origin. It seems much like today, it was a melting pot for more than one culture from diverse influences that have been discovered in the construction of artifacts found at different sites throughout the country. We also explore other mound builder civilizations in North America to find that they contain artifacts with influences from seemingly many unexpected places. The Etowah Mound in Georgia, less than 50 miles from the proposed Mayan site, contain carvings similar to those of the ancient South American civilizations. Searching further north to Illinois, there's the Burroughs Cave. That contains solid gold relics that appear Egyptian in origin. And to the east, the Ohio River Valley, there's a number of civilizations deemed to influence sites attributed to the mound builders. 1860, Newark's Holy Stone, found in ancient earthwork near Newark, Ohio. Tablet was written in Hebrew, translated as Melech Eretz, the king of the earth, Torah Hashem, Lord, the Lord, Devar Hashem, word of the Lord, Kodesh, Kodashim, the Holy of Holies. Because of its unique shape, the tablet was given the name Keystone. Less than a year after, 1861, The Decalogue stone found in a nearby earthen mound. This stone contained a figure wearing a turban and priestly robes and is described with the Hebrew word Moshe, a great Jewish lawgiver. A version of the Ten Commandments, also known as the Decalogue, was also written in Hebrew on the stone. 91, 1991, a similar stone, written in Hebrew, also found Los Lunas, New Mexico, contains similar versions of the Ten Commandments. Ancient mining site was discovered near Isle Royale, Michigan, where it was determined that 250,000 tons of copper had been extracted by intricate means sometime in the very distant past. Ancient Indian legends claim a group of fair-haired marine men did all the mining. Petroglyphs nearby the site have been found, containing inscriptions of ancient sailing ships look similar to Viking and Phoenician vessels used thousands of years ago. 1896, Newberry tablet found in Newberry, Michigan. It made of copper, inscribed with Cypriot Cretan syllabary. Cretan syllabary may have been the basis for Cretan Mayan writing. 1912, iron pot found encased with a piece of coal in Oklahoma. Full impression of the pot was hard in the coal after the pot fell to the ground, meaning it had been in place before the coal was even formed. It's estimated it could take coal millions of years to form from the original vegetative state of composition. Grave Creek tablet found in Ohio, written in Paleo-Hebrew script, similar to Phoenician alphabet. A linguist translated that stone to read, "The mound raised on high for a tashek. This tile his queen caused to be made." Another interesting site, found in early 1800s Ohio, East Fork Hanukkah earthwork. This complex has since been plowed over, but a number of official sketches were done by reputable scientists and engineers of the day. The structure bore striking resemblance to the Hebrew menorah, complete with elaborate earthwork above it. Based on initial sketches, the site was originally 1,000 feet across and had no known connection to the indigenous people of the area. Remnants of the lost tribes of Israel show they could have inhabited the southeastern United States as early as 3000 BC. In addition, the site Watson Brace near Poverty Point, Louisiana, shows a connection that has ancient Israelite influence. The site was constructed in a circle with no barrier structure in the center. Artifacts from Olmec culture was also found there. The site was inhabited by cultures from around 200 BC. It believed that the tribes then migrated to another location around that time. It's thought that the Ohio settlements of the Mound Builder civilization, which began around that time, could have been there from the lost tribes that migrated there. Maize was introduced to Ohio as a staple crop around 500 BC, which suggests a connection to that time to Mesoamerican civilizations in the Yucatan. Ancient mound structures have been found in Siberia, America, China, Korea, Japan, Africa, and Europe. It's generally accepted that these various cultures began constructing the mounds at around the same time, though the original intentions of these structures still remains uncertain. In the Iliad by Homer, he wrote of how burial mounds were constructed for Achilles' friend Patroclus and Hector. Alexander the Great had a gigantic mound built over the remains of Hephaestion in ancient times. 362 AD, Emperor Julian was buried after dying in a war against the Persians. Plato's description of Atlantis detailed alternating rings of water and land encircling a central mountain upon which a temple was erected. Legends of Mu, Lemuria, Atlantis all point to a near destruction of Earth and civilization sometime in the distant past. These legends also speak of sky gods that come down from the heavens to assist in rebuilding the civilization. The Ica stone of Peru are said to speak of legends of Lemuria. Rig Veda, ancient Indian Sanskrit texts, also speak of three ancient continents that were. The Mayan Popol Vuh contained an epic of people fleeing several doomed continents as well. Perhaps a major component of the mysterious origins of our history is all current known cultures stretching into the furthest records of antiquity will all spawn from an even greater epoch that has been completely forgotten. This may explain why there are so many similarities in the relics and the legends throughout the globe. It is important to examine all such finds in sight with open eyes, and never let the facts be clouded by preconceived notions of the purveyors of modern science. In order to uncover the truth, we must follow the facts and not the fallacies of false prophets.